In the previous lecture, we set up an environment to host a Node.js web application which interacts with Azure storage. In this lecture, we will write down the code and deploy the application. Let me tell you, I didn't had any knowledge of Node.js at the time of preparing this lecture content. But I was still able to understand the code and even do some customizations on top of it, which I will show you later. So I would love to see you writing code with me, and that needs some basic understanding of any programming language. But if you are not into development at all, it is completely okay to blindly follow what you are seeing on your screen. Anything is better than just sitting and watching the lectures as if you are watching a movie, right? First of all, create these two files in this location, index.js and index.html. Now update index.html with this content. As we can see, the HTML file has certain UI elements and then it is making a call to an external JavaScript file. If you open this file in browser, these buttons are populated, but they won't do anything when clicked. We need to write further code to support these different options. For example, when you press create container button, there should be some code in the back which gets executed and create a new container inside Azure storage account, right? So we have already created this index.js file. Now let's write the code inside this to support these action buttons from the backend. Yes? Alright, so we will do copy paste of code from this document. I will explain what we are doing on the high level, but if you need more help, you can always read this document and understand. Yes, to use Azure SDK libraries inside JavaScript, first of all, we need to import this package. This HTML file has certain UI elements, but our JavaScript doesn't know about them yet. So let's declare the fields for each UI element. By doing this, now JavaScript can interact with HTML elements. Pretty cool. Now add the shared access signature URL which we generated earlier. Okay. Since we are going to talk to Azure Blob Storage, we need to create a client object. As per this logic, it will create a container with datetime appended in the container name. If you wish to change it, you can just remove it and give some other name. And here we have this container client object using which we are going to talk to our container in the rest of this code. You can rightly think of this client object as a handle using which we can perform any operation on our container. Clear? Yep. And from here onwards, we can just copy and paste the code available over here as it is. As you can understand, these are tiny pieces of code which are associated with an event on UI elements. For example, if a click happens on create container button, this piece of code should get executed, which will perform the action for you. We are doing the same for all other operations also. I would request you to read the code and understand it. For now, I am copying it from here and pasting it into this index.js file for each of the operation. Well done. Now create a new file and name it launch.json. Update the content, and that's it. We are all set to launch the web server using Parcel, which we have already installed previously, right? And there we go. Our website is now up and running. Just perform a few actions yourself and confirm your application is running fine or not. Yes? Up to here, whatever we have done is well documented in Microsoft article, and also it is expected to work in your system equally well as it is running in my system. But you see, I'm not a big fan of this UI. To me, it is not very good looking and attractive, and I would definitely want to make it look better and support some extra operations. So let's make necessary customizations and make this project from good to awesome. Alright, my dear friends, let's meet in the next lecture and enhance this project. See you there. Take care.